When you think of folding phones, you might think of a Samsung Z Fold or a Pixel phone. There is, though, a name that you're not thinking of, and you should be, because this could be the silent assassin of folding phones. Honor have a folding phone called the Magic V2, which has gone under the radar a little bit, but now it's available in the UK. This might be something to get excited about. I've got to say, just the unboxing of this phone got me excited for it, because there aren't that many good unboxing experiences around anymore, but Honor have put some real thought into this. And that thought process from the unboxing extends even more when you have a look at the design of the phone. It is such a lightweight phone when you compare it to what's already out there, and I genuinely mean lightweight. It is 22 grams lighter than a Galaxy Z Fold 5, and when you compare it to that Pixel Fold, it's a whopping 40 grams lighter than that. Honor didn't just want to stop at making this one of the lightest folding phones that you can get, but they also wanted to make it one of the thinnest folding phones that you could get your hands on. It's just 9.9mm thin when folded, which is insane. And when I've had two phones in my pocket, it blends into just a regular sized phone, which is absolutely what you want to see. You don't want it to be bigger, chunkier, and heavier than having a regular phone. And Honor here have done a fantastic job. The best part of this phone by a country mile for me, though, is having a usable cover display. Honor have packed this Magic V2 with a 6.4-inch 120Hz LTPO display, which means that in day-to-day life, you can use this phone closed and still get everything done you want to do without having to compromise on screen size. When using the V2, I found myself using that cover display and having the phone closed more than using that folded display, and that's just because that you can get a lot done on that cover display. On phones such as the Z Fold 5, that display is too long and too short, and you have to compromise, and it feels difficult to actually do day-to-day tasks on it, so you have to open it up more than I'd like to. But what Honor have done with this cover display means that I can use this every single day and only open the phone when I want to open it. Talking of that inner display, though, it is just as impressive as the rest of the phone with a 7.9-inch 120Hz display, which I have to say is one of the most enjoyable folding displays that I've used in a while. And I think it comes down to two things. One, it has a fairly small bezel, so it never really feels like the screen is being interrupted. And two is the crease. Every folding phone has a crease, and it's all people want to talk about. And the crease on the Honor Magic V2 might be one of the better ones. I've used all of Samsung's folding phones and the Pixel Fold, but the Magic V2's crease seems to be almost not there. And I say almost. There is a crease, and you can see it at certain angles and at certain points, but it's so minimal that if you're looking at it dead on, it's pretty much invisible, and it's really difficult to see. And equally so, when you want to watch content, it just blends in perfectly and you forget it's there. When your finger occasionally runs across it as well, you don't really feel it. It just feels not as obtrusive as some of the other creases on other folding phones. Let's touch on something else, though, that is really impressive with this Honor V2, and it is the cameras. Now, the cameras on the V2 are some of the most flagship-looking cameras on any foldable. There's a 50-megapixel main, a 20-megapixel telephoto, and a 15-megapixel ultra-wide. And I have to say, it can take some really impressive photos. The ultra-wide, the 1x, and the 2.5x zoom give some really great detail in the images. The highlights and lowlights are really accurate, and it doesn't seem like the camera is trying to over-process that image too much, and it makes it pretty accurate to what you're seeing in real life. You can also get some really good selfies with this because, like every other folding phone, you can use that main camera to actually take your selfies when the phone is unfolded. Unlike on other foldable phones where you could wave for the camera to take that photo, on the Honor, what you have to do is smile, which can be a bit awkward. The video is pretty good as well with that main lens, and you're able to shoot 4K 60 frames per second with OIS, and I've got to say, I'm actually really impressed with the video that this V2 can take. This is a seriously impressive phone from Honor, and if you wanted to pick it up, it starts at 256GB of base storage and goes all the way up to a terabyte, and no matter what you get, it comes with 16GB of RAM, and it's powered by that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, so anything that you throw at this, it should be able to handle just perfectly. There aren't actually many downsides to the Magic V2. Maybe one of them could be Magic OS, because for me, it did take a bit of getting used to, and it's just not as simple as stock Android or One UI, and I would like it to have been a little bit more intuitive, but after a couple of hours, you do get used to it, so maybe that might be one of my only gripes. But the other one that will probably put some people off is the price tag, and in the UK it's £1,699, and that is definitely on the higher side for a folding phone, and a lot of people I think will be put off by that price tag, especially when it comes from a brand that not that many people use. Instead, they're going to go something which is a little bit more trusted in their eyes, which might be Samsung Z Fold series or even the Pixel Fold. Overall though, this is a fantastic effort by Honor with the Magic V2, and you have to give credit where credit is due, because it is the thinnest and the lightest folding phone that you can get your hands on at the moment, and it throws in then some flagship spec cameras on this phone as well, so there isn't a huge amount to complain about. But let me know in the comments, is this something that you would use every single day as your main phone, or would you stick with a Pixel Fold or a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold? Let me know, and if you do, then I'll see you in the next video.